the notifications will hit to let you know that we have started a new show on YouTube. I'm gonna wait for everybody to get their notifications. Hey, and as I wave to everybody, you should get a notification on YouTube that we're up and running, because I haven't gotten mine yet.
I got it.
No, okay. Oh, now I get it. Okay, now we're good. So now you can share us on every platform. Now look for it on my page, Delvin Randall, RANDLE, and also on Unmuted_the podcast on Instagram, Unmuted the podcast on Facebook, and on the Genius Media Group on YouTube. And you can follow us live right now, because we're live right now. And jump in the conversation as you know. Don't be a stranger. Don't be strange. Just jump right on in and let us know that you are listening, that you're watching. And give us your comments on what we're going to talk about today. Unmuted the podcast is, again, the permission to speak freely. And if you know us, you know that we speak freely around these parts, okay? So I'm not going to waste any more time, because I think that, your time is valuable. And we don't want to waste it just talking about stuff that, talking in circles. We're going to get right to it. Ladies and gentlemen, Unmuted the podcast with Lisa J. She's right there. Mr. Sir Steven is right there. And our guest today, ladies and gentlemen, right here on camera too, is right there. His name is Benny Dozier. He wanted to come in and just check out the show and see how crazy we can actually get before he starts the podcast on his own. Benny, say hello to the people.
Hello, everyone.
Bring that microphone up into you. Eat that mic as you tell everybody. All right.
Welcome, Benny.
Hopefully we don't scam away from doing this in the future.
Well, there's always, segment 2 or segment 3 that will have people running out of their door.
Man, I'm glad to be a part of this, being in the building. Appreciate the invitation. I'm definitely wanting to be in the podcast world. But obviously, I got a call before I walk, so this is an introduction for me to see how this world looks like. So I appreciate you guys gracing me being a virgin to this microphone and see how this works. So you guys,
Are we taking your virginity?
Is that what we're doing today, ladies and gentlemen?
you know what? Yeah. This
We
is
gave
it.
you dinner.
Somebody,
first and
I mean,
everything.
we gotta feed them first. We gotta feed them first, and then we'll go ahead and take all of that from them. You don't need that no more. Give me that. Let's get that up off you. Okay.
Yeah.
So Benny is here just to check out the show. He may have some comments, and he's more than welcome to chime in on any of the topics that we're talking about.
Appreciate that.
And you know what we do now around here. We got to lead off with the right topic, right? The right topic. So we might as well go, right? Let's go.
Okay, I'm on.
There we go.
Leading off on Unmuted Podcast is brought to you by us. And you can check us out on all of your social media platforms on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Find us anywhere on the street. If you see us on the street, holler at your boy, holler at your girl. Let us know that you've been listening to Unmuted the Podcast. So the first story of the day is...
Yes. So many of you have heard about the migrant crisis. We've got a lot of migrants over here in different parts of our country.
Right.
And in Aurora, Colorado, they have been wilding out. They took over an apartment complex and basically they making people leave and give up their apartments or what have you, or people were so scared that they were just leaving their apartments. Well, about maybe a week or so ago, a story started circulating here in Chicago that the migrants had took over a building on 61st, and get this, King Drive.
So
32 migrants to be exact. 32 had took over the whole complex, came in with guns, and they were just terrorizing the neighborhood.
And
right?
we're talking old block.
Oh, block.
We're talking over.
King Drive in any state is, that's the black neighborhood.
Well, yeah. All of your King
Any
Drive.
city, I should say.
Exactly.
Yeah, all of your King Drive. So migrants to come over and try. No. So we found a video of Stephen. I think you sent that to us. A young man who
TikTok
went and walked the neighborhood, and he talked to the residents to verify, because he's like, "This is fake news. This can't be happening for real." So like, what's happening? So he's walking the neighborhood, talking to people, and everybody debunked it. It did not happen.
Rightfully so, because it didn't happen.
It never would happen.
No.
Especially in that neighborhood.
Not gonna-
Can we just get honest for a second? Did anybody actually think in this room? Did anybody actually believe that this actually happened?
No.
I did for like 15 seconds. I was like, nah.
But then they said it was 32 Venezuelans.
Yeah.
That's when I said, okay, that's not gonna happen.
Have y'all been seeing the migrants though? You've
Yeah.
been seeing a lot
I've
of
seen
them.
them.
They're not really big in stature. They're not like, big guys.
Yeah.
They're little people.
Phil is checking in on Facebook, said there's no way they're taking O Block like that.
Exactly.
No way. And I agree with you, Phil, because the reality is, under the name of King Von, they just would have taken that whole thing and just,
For real. Yeah, you're right.
they would have just said, okay, enough of this mess here. We're just gonna go ahead and just shut this whole thing down.
Right.
You take over one of our buildings, we're gonna take over your entire heritage. That's what they would have did if this was actually going to happen. However, they said that it's a trick from the media. I say the media was involved. This is social media, not actual media.
Right.
This is social media.
Social media trying to make it bigger than it is to get.
And I don't.
As
Not just
Tiffany
social media,
said,
though.
clickbait and fake news.
Yeah, all of that.
But-
What'd you say, Steve?
It's not just social media. Just there. It was on the news as well.
It was on the
Yeah,
news?
yeah.
That 32 Venezuelans took over a building. That part was on the news?
They didn't go into depth about it. I'll see if I
I
can
think
find the
they
actual.
used. I think they determined that was AI generated.
Oh,
voice.
that actually.
Yeah.
Okay. all
Somebody
right.
made that. Just
I
somebody
knew
sat
one
there.
was
That
because they
was
said on the west side
Yeah.
of Chicago. Anybody that's from or any knows anything about Chicago know.
Right.
O Block is not on the west side of Chicago.
So they're
See,
starting to
so
learn
many-
how to use AI already, huh?
Oh, man.
Oh yeah. That's if you think about it, I could have made a computer generated CPD radio call. I know how to do all of that stuff and have the radio squelch and everything that CPD uses. And I could have made that up myself.
Yeah, AI is going to make it impossible to even believe what you see and hear.
Wow.
Because everything can be generated. It can be fake.
Interesting.
And you would really believe, that you're speaking to a loved one. They have scams out where they having people call that sounds like somebody you
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
And they're saying, I'm in jail or something. I need money. Can you wire me money? And people are doing it because they literally hear that person that they know's voice, but it's not them.
And then I found how they're doing it. I've gotten these before, and I didn't pay any attention to it when it happened. You don't really know it's an automated thing. They'll be like, they can't hear you. They're like, Steven, are you there? And then if you say yeah or what, they're trying to catch those
Keyword.
keywords from you. So you say I'll say or something like, I can hear you. Can you repeat that? Because they want to get you to say specific words so they can record that.
Oh,
So yeah, I mean TikTok is good for something.
Phil
Something.
Phil says Pastor Brooks couldn't even do that. Take over the building
Take over
like
the
that.
building.
That's true.
That is also true. AI has come a very long way. I remember when they just used to make posts that somebody's in a foreign country and can't get out, and they, they lost their passport or whatever, and they needed to be sent money. Those were the things they used to send you.
Yeah.
And then you would, on social media, you would never talk to them. They would inbox you.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you would think that it was them. But now they're getting to the point that they're using voices.
Yeah.
And so much to the point now that they're using pictures, but now they just can't get those hands right.
Exactly.
There's always
They get them
fingers.
there's always
Extra
those
fingers.
6 fingers on a hand and everything.
Yeah, that's irritating.
That's what they're doing now. So, but give them time.
Oh yeah,
They're gonna perfect it. Absolutely.
Give them time. They'll get all of that together.
Absolutely.
I think that the unfortunate thing is when it comes to these Venezuelans, that they're going to, I'm not going to say one day it will happen because it's happening right now in Colorado. But what happens in Colorado, Chicago is a totally different
Yeah,
animal.
it's gonna have to stay in Colorado because don't come here with that bullshit.
'Cause they got something for you over here.
Really,
Over here.
do not try it. Do
Damn
not.
switches.
They got something for you over
It's
here.
not even a safe suburb here to try and do no shit like that in.
And then you know who's heading this up, because how are they getting these weapons? How are they getting
The
these?
government.
Exactly.
The government. They said,
Yeah.
and in the beginning when they started bringing them over here, they said it. But I looked at it as just a conspiracy that the government was bringing them here to take over. And of course, your boy just said take the black job. But it really is. It can be true. I am a faithful Instacart orderer.
Faithful.
Faithful. I can count on one hand now how many times a black person delivers my stuff.
Oh, really?
It's always a Venezuelan. Always.
Wow. So they're taking those jobs.
Oh,
No
absolutely.
problem. No problem at all.
They're coming over here and they're getting cars and they're making the best of their situation.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I can't knock that.
Right, and that's what the guys on the block that was saying, that the guy was talking to on the story that you sent us,
Yep.
even was saying that they just trying to survive out here like
Exactly.
the rest of us. It's not about any hostility or anything. They're hanging out, they're kicking it, they're doing, smoking weed, whatever they do together, because that's something that they have in common. But there is no animosity. It's nobody trying to take over anything. They just trying to survive.
So is it true that they're also getting the what is it, the $5,000?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's about that too.
Oh, yeah.
That's true?
EBT and then the cash too.
Yeah,
Oh,
somebody
right.
posted. I think I sent this to y'all,
Like
but it was a
food,
couple of weeks.
it's food stamps.
Somebody was at Fair Play and one of the cash cash. What do they call those?
The checkout.
Cashier.
Oh,
That's what it-
cashier. Okay.
She took a picture of it and she was like proof of
What is it? How
the
much you have
benefits
left?
that they got. She had like $13,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah, on the
That's
EBT card.
crazy.
And like maybe I want to say maybe $8,000 in cash. I was like, wow.
And you got people that's been for years working hard, just trying to make ends meet, and they'll deny them.
Exactly.
Yeah, you make over $30 more than what the income median
That's
you
it.
cut off.
That's it.
And then they play in your face and they give you, okay, we'll give you food stamps, but here we're gonna give you $30 worth.
Right.
Of money.
Yeah, ain't nothing like that $150 a month that they would give you
Right.
beforehand. But now, all of a sudden, you're getting $600 a week or every 2 weeks on
How much they eat?
benefits. How much do I eat? Hell, I eat that for myself. They don't,
I ain't gonna lie.
too,
If I had some food stamps, I'd be doing all type of crab boys and shit.
I'm not too proud to say.
Barbecuing every other day.
Expensive shit. Like we tomahawk. That's what I'm.
Briskets.
Right, I'm going there with my lamb chops and pulling out the purple platinum card. I'm going in because I just don't think that
See, Delvin, that's how long you had a card. It's not even platinum,
not
purple no more.
it's not purple no more.
No,
What? See, I need to
it's
go back.
blue. I think it's blue.
Let me tell you something. One of these kids, we went in grammar school, and I don't know how they got their hands on my food stamps, but they came with a fistful of food stamps, and we went to that doggone and just passing them out.
Wow.
We went to that dollar store. Baby, we got all kind of chips.
Yeah.
Grandma came up to the school,
I bet.
told his tail.
Took a book of her stamps. You had to go in and tear them out. And
yeah.
get them. That was crazy. I
Look,
remember those.
Listen, let me tell you, my son was on the baseball team at college, and they had an apartment building that they were staying in. Every ball player had a link card.
Are you serious?
Every ball player, because I was like, son, how did you get this? Well, we went down there and they gave us like $150 a month. Every player has a card.
Wow.
And he's like, if we ever get hungry, we can just pull it out. We just go get something to eat, some chips or whatever at the last minute or whatever. If we need groceries, one of our cards would be for groceries. Somebody else's card would be for snacks.
Okay.
And they just will keep it going.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like that until all of that money ran out and they would replenish it at the beginning of the next month. And I'm like, man, I never thought of that when I was in college.
Exactly.
If that was available to me in college, bad enough I had to wait for my student loan to kick in.
Man.
Right.
I had to be
That
held,
refund
I had
check.
to be held hostage for 2 weeks and actually go to class. But once the refund check kicked in, then I was balling and I had to go out there get my TV, get all that stuff. That's how I was living. But apparently, right now it's a totally different game.
I went to the I had to get a job at the cafeteria just to make sure that I had food. I didn't know how long that money was gonna last on my card. Let me get this job.
You want
up
to make
in
sure
there
you could eat, huh?
so I
out
can
of
when I
everything.
want to.
Right.
I don't think that we have the mindset now to go in there and just start paying for food on our own. I want the relief. I want that. You know, I don't want to go because our grocery bill is out of control
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now.
It really is.
So
All of our bills, actually.
Right. I want that relief. I need that help. But Tasha and I was having an honest conversation. It's like, Delvin, what do you think about going on Link? I said, I would do it in a minute, but at the end of the year, that it messes with you on the taxes.
Gotcha.
And that's why I can't do it.
Okay.
And so I like not getting any dings on my taxes because I owe the state money.
I feel you.
You know, and I just don't want that. And so but I really got to look at that because it's out of control. And what we're spending on food, I wish I had the mindset of an 18-year-old baseball player that's living in college. I would do that in a heartbeat
Yeah.
now.
Basic necessities, man, is the new luxury.
Yeah, that's something.
It's the new,
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the new luxury, man.
And so it is.
And they only want it to get worse, especially with this Republican candidate that we had.
Oh man.
Wait a minute. Do we have to talk about the Republican candidate for president?
I mean, he said something this week that
Oh yeah, well, he says a lot.
it just keeps getting stupider and stupider, everything that he says. And I don't know if you grabbed that audio or not, but
I do have the audio. Let me start this thing over again and find out where it is
yeah.
so we can play it because I do want to hear what he has to say.
Yeah,
on
this
this.
I mean, this is how he thinks that transsexuals are created.
Wow.
That by itself is enough of a tease. Transsexuals. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. There it is. That's Dalton. Here he is right here. Okay. So I'm going to go past everything he's saying here. And we're going to wait for him to chime in.
As serious or dangerous.
Here it is.
Beginning of this month that we are barely into, Donald Trump made this statement.
The transgender thing is incredible. Think of it. Your kid goes to school and comes home a few days later with an operation. The school decides what's going to happen with your child. And, many of these childs 15 years later say, what the hell happened? Who did this to me? They say, who did this to me?
He believes that little Jimmy or Johnny or whoever will get his sack lunch and get on the bus and go to school and then come home a couple days later and be like, had gender reassignment surgery. I'm now Judy.
Right.
Hi. He believes that the parents weren't informed, had no part of it, and it just happened. Now, since then, the most basic fact checkers have been like, no, children are not receiving gender affirming surgeries at school. Children are not receiving gender affirming surgery. That's just one. Number two, you can't even get gender affirming surgery without going through extensive mental health evaluations.
Right.
It's a lengthy process that you're supposed to go through beforehand. And it's not happening to children, and it's not happening in schools. Now you'd think, okay, he said something that maybe he had heard somewhere, but now he knows it's not true.
Where would he hear that shit?
At a rally today,
Can you imagine you're a parent and your son leaves the house and you say, Jimmy, I love you so much. Go have a good day in school. And your son comes back with a brutal operation. Can you even imagine this? What the hell is wrong with our country?
Are we not going to have a serious conversation about his cognitive skills, or rather the lack thereof?
No, we're not.
Right.
We're not.
And I
Shout
can't
out to
believe,
Tizzy Entertainment for that.
Yeah,
but I
clip.
can't believe the people there are just
Sucking it all in.
because it's quiet as hell. You can hear they like,
Yeah, they like,
they're
what?
first.
What's really doing this? We gotta find out. But school, they must be stopped. This is what they're thinking. But first of all, the man said your child's. No, he said the child's. Like, what are you talking about, Donald Trump?
But that's classic Donald John Trump. Sounds the alarm for panic, and then sits back and waits for the impact for you to really soak it in, because every one of his followers are sheep, and they're going to believe everything that comes out of his mouth, and they're going to say to themselves, well, I gotta spread this news so nobody else knows, so that nobody else will think the way that
Exactly.
and so that's how it starts. And everybody behind the scenes, particularly the Republican Party, is sitting back, waving their arms and doing this. Stop!
Yes. They're
What
over
the
it.
hell are you doing?
Curtis Mike.
And no,
Curtis Mike.
somebody's cut him off. Cut him off.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's their only choice. That's their only candidate that's representing what their beliefs are, allegedly. But my thing is, he's worried about your child going to school and getting a sex change operation. Why not worry about the shit that's happening every day, damn near? Your child going to school and possibly not coming back home from a damn gun being brought to school and they shooting up the place.
As it is in Winder, Georgia, is it? Winder, Georgia, where
Yes.
2 students and 2 teachers were shot to death by a 14-year-old
14.
child.
Wow.
Yeah.
That by itself, and knowing that the father who gave the son the gun is also being charged with felony murder.
Exactly.
And so he gave him the gun because he wanted him to have a gun as a present.
Yeah. At 14.
But guess who knew about him anyway? The freaking FBI
Yeah.
knew about the 14-year-old. He has a
'cause he
file
had been, already.
already as a 14-year-old. So, there's that. Sure, why don't you just give your child a gun?
Wow.
So what? Congratulations, you have a file with the FBI.
Right.
You now have a number under the FBI. So here, why don't you just go ahead and just take this gun and go learn how to shoot it? And if you get mad at anybody, why don't you use your 14-year-old emotions and go settle the situation?
That are all over the place. The emotions that are all over the place.
Yeah.
You can't even have a complete clear thought at 14.
So that's the most tragic part of this story.
Yeah.
The fact that you weaponized a 14-year-old who could not think on his own terms, and settled it with a gun. And probably the people that he shot weren't the people that he was after.
No.
Right.
He turned around to try and get back into the classroom that he was in because he was going to start with them. That's what one of the
little
girls said that was in the class. Yeah. The door automatically locked when he walked out of it.
And so at least those parts, that part works. But here's the other part that doesn't work. You give your child a gun, and you just said to me, Lisa, that the mom called the school.
Yeah. The mom found some type of evidence, something. Maybe she realized the gun was gone from the house or something. And she called the counseling department and spoke with the counselor, telling them that it was an extreme emergency and that, they need to go find him and check on him and make sure he's okay. That was 30 minutes before the first shot was fired. So, yeah, she knew that the gun was either missing or maybe he left some type of note or saying something, what he was going to do, what his plans were, but who knows? But luckily that mom called, because had she not called, she would be sitting next to the dad.
Sitting next to the father.
Right.
Yeah, because that is what saved her right there from catching a case. Unfortunately, that's where we are as a society. In order for you to avoid jail, you have to warn them ahead of time of your child.
Yeah. Hey, my kid.
Hey, my kid has a gun. Don't ask how he got the gun or why he has a gun.
It's
He
so not
got
funny.
a gun. and he's on his way up there.
Yeah.
Out of all the places he can go, he's coming to you. So you figure out what to do with him now.
Yeah. I'm just mind blown that we still have school shootings, you know. I'm just
And have them
Well, because-
frequently.
Yeah, frequently.
Well,
yeah.
because now, according to Governor Kemp, now's not the time to talk about policies and changing things.
It's time to pray.
Let's just get these thoughts and prayers in here.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
But it's
Don't worry
not-
about the
And
policies.
then
to be
there
a
was
new
another
normal,
one the
though.
next
Oh,
day.
man,
after
for the
that.
past what 10,
Yeah.
15 years?
20
Yeah,
years.
because when was
the first one? Like late
what was the
90s?
name of that?
Yeah.
What, Sandy Hook?
Sandy Hook.
Yeah.
But then no, we had them before that.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
The boys
yeah.
in the trench coats. What was
Right. It's like late 90s or something.
That
like
was
that.
like
98
that, yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Look, I can go on. September 7th, 2024 in Kentucky, a school in Kentucky, with a 5-shot in a school in Kentucky. September 7th in Florida, 5-shot. Pennsylvania, September 7th. The same day, 1 killed, 4 shot.
Wow.
This goes on and on here.
Yeah.
September the 6th in Washington, D.C., 4 shot, 1 killed. Winder, Georgia, 7 shot, 4 killed. This goes on and
Yeah.
on. The list, I just put in here the number of shootings in 2024 in schools. And there are 9 pages here.
And other countries don't even have one a year.
No.
Like this is unheard of.
Exactly. Exactly.
This is unreal. May 18th, 2024, Sarasota, Florida, 4 shot, 1 dead. St. Louis, Missouri, the same day, 3 shot, 1 dead. Bridgeton, Missouri, the same place, practically the same place on the same day, 4 shot, 1 killed. This is out of control.
And it's not a gun problem. They say it's a people problem.
Yes,
But if these kids are getting access to guns,
Exactly.
It's
Then
a policy problem.
exactly.
that's true. but what can we do? Because thoughts and prayers aren't it.
It's not it.
I'm tired of hearing the phrase thoughts and prayers. My
Yeah.
thoughts and prayers are with the people who lost somebody.
Yeah.
That's so beyond me now.
Faith without works is what?
There.
It's just as
Come
dead as the
on.
person who got shot.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't want to put any works into it. That's the problem. I think that we it's about time we readdress that we have this serious problem.
Yeah.
And that-
Acknowledge that problem first.
and that the lobbyists have a stranglehold on making sure that this problem is suppressed, that nobody will do anything about it. Blame it on mental health. Blame it on broken families. Blame it on childless cat ladies.
Yeah.
Do all of that, but don't touch my gun.
Yeah.
And that is a problem. That's a big problem in this country. Nobody wants to address that.
Nobody wants to give up their precious guns. The thought of giving them up
The
is,
thought of it.
it's just too much for them. You know, they'll
don't
make
want
any and every excuse in the book.
I don't want you touching my gun. What the hell? What? We are Americans. It's in the Fourth Amendment. No, it's not. It's in the Second Amendment. but that's where we are. You don't even know.
One of them.
It's one of those amendments.
Right.
But you want to defend the country, but you don't even know which amendment it is.
Right.
The right to bear arms is the Second Amendment.
Yeah. The ignorance is golden.
Say ignorance is bliss.
But we have some pretty blissful people in this country,
Yeah.
if that's the case. And so, unfortunately, what happened in Winder, Georgia, what happened someplace else before the year is up.
The next day, it was a shooting somewhere in another school.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't have any details about that, but yeah, I remember seeing that. But yeah, like you said, the 14-year-old. Now you have an FBI file, and you know who else has an FBI file?
Who? Me? Oh, I do. But we're not talking about me. I'm sorry.
Everyone's favorite little thief,
Everybody's favorite.
the mayor of Dalton, and
Oh, wow.
the supervisor of Taunton
Super thought. I mean, Superman.
Township. Yes, none other than Tiffany hen yard.
Do we have to go into how
We
much?
should need a theme song on this show, don't you think? Like what would her theme song be? Like bitch better have my money or
I always
oh, it's some hoes in this house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She could at least have a big. Well, she ain't got no big booty.
Oh dang.
Oh, well, scratch that song.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's
we gotta go. We gotta find something else then. Okay, wait. Can we say pumps in the bump? No. Okay.
I need something about jail time or something grimy.
Get some Akon and Young Jeezy.
I'm locked up.
Won't let me out. Huh?
Oh,
Yeah,
locked
she
up,
got
there
me.
you go.
Won't let me out.
We are all waiting on that day. When I
Man,
tell you
listen.
that group is growing stronger and stronger. The numbers are going every day. And I'm talking about the Docs and Politics page on Facebook. Because every day she's reaching other people. Her story, this story of how she's running this township is, just gaining all this attention because it's so unheard of. And like nobody understands why she has not been brought to justice yet. And every chance she gets, she plays in the residents' faces. She has this whole speech that she can just rapid fire for like 15, 20 minutes of just straight nonsense and bullshit. Of her deflecting. Thank you. There we go. There we go. Yeah, so she this week she's always accusing the trustees of having what she calls secret squirrel meetings, right?
Secret squirrel.
Secret squirrel meetings. Their meeting she claims that she didn't know about, but she did. So this week she had her own secret squirrel meeting.
Oh Lord.
It was her attorney and her criminal defense attorney. And she used that opportunity because the trustees weren't there. So she gave another dissertation of what she hasn't done and everything that she does do. You know what? Chicago, we have had mayors, multiple mayors, and nobody gives away food and shit like this girl does. Like, why is that so? Like, this is what she harps on. I feed y'all. I bury y'all loved ones. I do this. I do that. I do that and the third. Like, I teach y'all how to use the social media. Like, why is it a thing?
Wow.
It's for the seniors, okay?
Oh, for the
She has all these different programs out there, but the thing now that has been brought to light, the bingo games, okay? She's been giving away like flat screen, big screen TVs.
Not those cheap ass on and on TVs.
Yeah, but listen, here's the thing. After some digging, one of the people in the group, shout out to, I think her name is Joy something, Joy Schreiber, I don't know. But she did some research and found out that there is they're breaking the law by giving away any prize. The maximum prize in bingo is $10.
Get out of here.
So she's giving away $500-$600 items, stoves, refrigerators. Yeah, but see what I'm saying? She's a politician. This is something that people around her or she herself should know. You know what she can and cannot do. No resident should be able to go find out this information and enlighten your ass. And now you got another reason that they're gonna be looking at you.
She's gonna get locked up. Won't let her out. Get locked up.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And not only that, at this meeting this week, she took her authority and appointed a criminal to the village administrative position.
How? And what criminal? And what?
His name is Michael Smith. He's been fired from several school districts. Well, the one in Thornton Fractional, I believe. I know for sure because he was inappropriately messaging a 15-year-old girl, calling her his girlfriend. They had all type of messages on TikTok, I believe it was, that was turned in. I think the girl's mom had turned this stuff in. And then he had some type of violent offense with a teenage boy. So he has this background. Tiffany loves to surround herself with criminals.
Apparently.
She loves criminals. So she's the I thought God was the God of second chances, but
No, Tiffany is the god of second chance.
really, because like this is her thing. So yeah, and she appointed him, which is illegal because the trustees have to vote on that. And this is something that she knows. She did the same exact thing with Keith Freeman. Okay, the trustees were like, we don't know him. We only talked to him for 20 minutes. You know, he seems cool. We've only seen his resume. He hasn't been properly vetted. We don't have a background check or anything on him. She was like, yeah, I hear all that, but what I said goes, and he's the new village administrator.
Oh wow.
So like she literally sat there and said that, and in the meeting, it's recorded, it's on video from a meeting that occurred in, I believe, January of 22. All of this stuff is on YouTube. You can go back and see it. Her new attorney, criminal defense attorney, sat there and said the trustees are the ones that hired Keith Freeman. Like, it's not out there.
This is an attorney that said that.
Attorney Bo Bentley, whatever. I don't know his last name.
Wait, was this Tiffany's attorney or the village
This
attorney?
is Tiffany's personal criminal defense attorney.
Okay, so because he does not have a seat on the board, but he's sitting up there with the board.
This was just this one meeting. This was his his second appearance, but this is his first time speaking.
But it's wild to me that he has a seat next to the mayor like that. I don't understand that part.
It was totally illegal. This meeting was illegal. It should have never happened. She didn't have a quorum. She didn't allow public comment. She was just rambling on for like an hour.
Wow. So she also finally fired the police chief.
No,
He's not fired,
no.
but he turned into Durango, right?
He turned into Durango. So this is what happened. The trustees voted to fire him.
Okay.
Tiffany said, okay, well, you were the deputy chief of police that they fired you from. So I'm going to hire you as the chief of police.
This is out of control.
You see the thought process? How that childish that is? The court told him to turn in his gun and his badge and all of that shit. She's like, nope, here you go.
Not just the court. The freaking FOP said
Yeah.
that you are no longer an officer. You have no power. So turn in your badge and your gun.
The last word that I heard or read in the group was that he's still showing up for work.
All I see is that meme of the dude like they like he really used it. I got you.
Found another way.
Yeah, yeah.
That
She thinks she's so smart that she's just dumb.
Oh my God.
Making dumb mistakes. Everybody, I don't know who to talk to her that she would listen to.
nobody.
Nobody. Like, and her parents are still alive. Like, nobody's saying anything to her. Like, girl, what are you doing?
Their parents, if her parents would not dare say anything to her, because that means that they would be cut off. That means that they would no longer benefit financially from whatever it is that she has gained
Yeah.
from these offers.
Especially her mom. She got a $500,000 driveway.
The mother does?
The mother.
Oh, what?
$500,000 driveway.
No, wait now. Don't even
What's a $500,000
I was
drive?
just about to explain it. A $500,000
You didn't say
driveway.
house. You said drive.
Drive.
No. Let me tell you what a $500,000 driveway would get you. Number one, is heated so that the snow would melt in the driveway, so you would have no snow, no ice, no
That's
need
only
to
a
shop.
couple of $1,000. I investigated that.
I know. But that's number one. Number two, the driveway can hold so much more weight than your normal driveway. It has so much iron and steel in there so that it will not crack. Matter of fact, you can put a bus on that driveway and it will not crack.
Okay.
So but not a 500. That means it's encrusted in diamonds. That means that it has some type of gold laced into the driveway or whatever.
How's the driveway 500,000 and the house worth 120?
Come
Like,
on, man.
what the
I was
hell?
just about to ask how much the house.
It's got to be a fallout shelter.
And I don't even know how
underneath
much the house is
driveway.
worth.
Yeah.
It's probably a her fallout shelter where she's gonna hide away
Yeah,
from the
exactly.
FBI
Yeah.
in the damn driveway.
Yeah, there has to be
We cracked the
something-
case.
Yeah.
There has to be something there to say that you know what, when you come for me, you will not find me. As a matter of fact, you won't see me on the surface of the earth.
Yeah.
You will find me underneath the surface of the earth.
I bet you Donald Trump is impressed with it, though.
He probably is her
to
biggest
be.
fan.
I-
Especially the way she uses his terms like fake news and clickbait. Well, clickbait is not Donald Trump's term.
Who would have thought
Right.
that you come together
If
like
she
this,
held her fingers like that,
bringing them together and saying, who would have thought? I never would have said this, but it's ingenious. I would have never said
Right.
it for myself. I should have done this
I
a
am
long
the
time
first
ago.
black female, youngest super bear. Yeah, all that bullshit.
Let her say that let her say all that when she's locked up. Let me help. Locked up. When she's locked
And we
up.
are waiting on that day. All that free money that she felt like she was entitled to, all the taxpayers' money, her day is coming. And who else was out here getting free money? People that bank with Chase.
Ooh.
So they thought.
Where the hell was I at? Because I bank with Chase. I shouldn't have thought of this. Chase must be, I don't know. You just chasing after a felony, I guess. That's what
You
it's called.
gotta
Exactly.
be. What happened? What happened?
I don't understand how you could do things like this and not think that it's going to come back. You know?
No, they don't think of that. Just like the people who had the PPP loans didn't think of that either.
Yeah.
So that's where what happened with Chase is they a bunch of individuals decided to go to their local Chase bank and write a check for an exorbitant amount of money and put it in the bank in the ATM. Don't go inside because you don't have the money. They know that immediately as soon as they pull you up. Put it in the ATM. I'm putting in a $10,000 check. Normally, what Chase would do, they will give you money in earnest. They won't give you all of the money up front. They'll give you a portion of the money.
Right.
And then the people would take that portion that they just gave you out, withdraw it, and then they would go out and spend it. But what they did was they told their friends about it. All of their friends lined up down the ATM to put in a check for whatever amount to get money out. And then they went to social media and said, hey, y'all, I'm at Chase Bank. Guess, look what I'm doing. I'm putting this check in for this amount of money, and I'm going to put it in the bank. And guess what I get out? I get money out immediately, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to ball it up with the money that I have. Not knowing, as stupid as it sounds, they already have your name, your address, your social security
Yeah,
number.
like it's your bank
everything.
account.
Exactly.
It's your account, you asshole. That's the part that I don't get. Why are you putting yourself out there for a felony? And not just a regular old, slap on the hand felony. No, this is called bank fraud.
It's the bank fraud.
Which is a federal offense.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have got to be the biggest ass on the face of the earth, the biggest dumbass on the face of the earth to think that you're going to get away with this. But who am I?
You'd be surprised at what people think they can get away with. And sometimes social media can help resolve a lot of different issues.
I ain't gonna
We
lie.
had-
I'm seeing. I know a lot of people that didn't get in trouble for that PPP, and I'm kind of mad I didn't jump in on that.
You
I
and me
mean,
both.
You
Steve.
know what?
You and me
Yeah.
both.
It's better safe than sorry because
Yes.
I think the normal for the PPP loan was like between 20 and 40,000. So those individuals got got in trouble.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay.
I think the ones that was in
That 200.
yeah, 200,000, 300,000. Those the ones that I think they got locked up.
Or them people that was saying that they had like a whole staff of people and shit, and it was just them and they
So
dog.
they came for them. I don't think they came for the normal 20,000, 40,000 individuals. No.
Well, hell, they need to come for everybody. Because if I didn't get anything,
Now they get anything.
nobody
Yeah,
should
they
get
get
Yeah,
anything.
cut it out.
Cut me in or cut it out. I wanted to put my name down for something.
Yeah.
And you find out that there were people in Dalton, police officer in Dalton before he left.
You
Was
don't say.
was in on the PPP
Man,
for a God, what was he doing? He has some type of business.
They all had like separate businesses. Like a lot of her staff members have other outside businesses. Trust me, that police officer was not the only one.
No.
He was not the only
But
one.
while they were down there covering a lot of stuff for Dalton, they just so happened to run across his name, and they went to him. So, are you going to turn the money back in from the fraudulent PPP loan that you have? And he just walked away and laughed.
Right. Like hell no. I ain't
I ain't turning it in. So eventually he wound up resigning and leaving his job, but if he didn't get fired, and we'll wait to see what happens. But so many officials just jumped in on the pool of the PPP, and I didn't even dip my toe in the water. Didn't get a sniff of anything, and I sure could have had something, but I didn't do anything. And now I'm like, man, why don't they do that PPP all over again?
Right.
Hook a brother up, please. Thank you.
Right.
I could need some. I could use a couple of 10 stacks maybe
Man, listen.
for my life, but no. Everybody in Chase now, they're scared to cash a check now.
Yeah.
They are scared to cash a check. Takana, my friend Takana, I literally on Facebook, Takana says I literally didn't want to apply for PPP because of all the crooked crap. Grateful that I finally applied and got it because my business is legit.
Oh, that's what's up.
I get you. And Takana has one of the most amazing
gonna say,
catering
we need to
catering
promote it.
houses
We need to
there
promote
is on the.
She got a catering house?
She's got a catering company that will blow. When
Does she know that we're here every Sunday and she can bring us food for us?
Takana knows exactly where we are. I was going to have Takana do for my birthday last year. I think it was last year. I was going to do a taco party, tacos and tequila, something like that for my birthday. And she was going to supply all of that, jerk tacos and everything. So she was going to come through. As a matter of fact, to kind of look, you know where I live. Well, if you
It's
don't,
never too
get with
late
me
to come.
because you know what, you can come here whenever. Delvin knows, she says. Delvin knows he's holding out on y'all.
This just hit me. I'm thank you, Holy Ghost.
You gonna take the Holy Ghost?
Taco About It Tuesdays. Let's have a show on Tuesdays.
A Taco About It
come on, Taco
Tuesday.
About It
Taco.
Tuesdays.
Now I'm feeling that.
Yeah.
Taco About It Tuesday.
I like that. I'll probably say so myself. And I said it.
Let's do it. Taco About It Tuesdays. Coming soon to Genius Audio.
Stay tuned.
I mean, I just love it when the plan comes together. Tiffany says I brought Delvin food at his last
You call
party.
her
Yes, you
Tiffany.
did. When I was at Chicago State, I had a radio show on there. He brought me the most amazing salad, and what was it? It was, if I'm not mistaken, it was a grilled chicken salad. It was amazing. And all I know is if anybody is going to get pubbed on this show, it's going to be Takana. So yes, Takana says Tuesday works. I got you.
All right.
We
All
in
right.
there.
So
And then what we gonna do?
what we're going to do?
So I'm gonna stop in on the way to the what's the pound cake plate?
Oh,
pound
cake. I ain't had the cake
Pookie's
yet.
crack cake.
No.
I'm gonna go on and get the
No,
crack
not the
cake.
crack cake. You talking about the lady out there?
Oh, no,
the
one
deep
we
fried
talking about
pound
the other-
cake?
No,
No, we talking about Pookie.
Yeah, Pookie's crack cake. Yeah.
Okay.
because I still ain't.
Well,
had it
that's
yet.
close by me, so I can grab a couple,
okay.
a couple
All right.
of cakes
Whatever.
and then bring
Okay,
them on out
so
here.
Lisa, you grab the crack cake. Steven, you get the tequila.
I can do that.
And Takana's got the tacos. She's got jerk. She's got chicken. She's got shrimp salad. Oh my God! So she's got it all. Listen, if there's anybody that I don't mind. Takana, you know I don't mind. The inner fat kid in me is going to say this. Takana has food that will bless your entire body. All 206 bones in your body will be blessed by Takana and her food.
Okay.
I promise you. I guarantee you that her food is so much on fire that you will have to bring your own extinguisher. That's what I.
We're looking forward to it, Takana.
Okay, so we'll get together, Takana. You know me. I will give you a phone call. If not after the show, we will do that. Matter of fact, that's exactly what you said. Call me after the show. So I got you. After the show, we're gonna make sure that we do this here for a Taco About It Tuesday.
Yeah.
Which means that y'all got to be available to come in here on Tuesday.
And we will.
No. Oh, okay. Well, say less.
Say less.
Yeah.
Well, what?
Man, speaking of food, one of the biggest growing restaurants here is S2 Grill. Everybody's heard of them, correct?
Yeah, everybody has.
So, man, unfortunately, this week they had two ladies, black ladies, looked to be mid-age, grown enough to know better. Went in, sat in there, dined, took pictures of their food, posted pictures of their food, got up and walked out.
Oh wow!
All the cameras around in that place. Those ladies, the video the restaurant posted the video on their Instagram account, and what happened? Social media found them, and not only did social media find them, but the Orland Park Police Department found them as well.
Oh wait a minute, we gotta go back to locked up all over again. Okay. They're gonna get locked up.
Yes, they have good food, but was it worth it?
I
Was it
mean,
really worth it?
but you going there, you know you're not gonna pay for it, but in taking a picture and posting, that's like posting stolen merchandise. You knew you had no intention.
Okay.
And who's still doing stuff like that at your big age?
Exactly.
How old were they?
They look to be over 30.
Okay.
So at least 40. I don't know. You know, I black don't crack.
I blame social media and the generation of debauchery that is going on social media that makes people believe that they can get away with shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. The audacity.
That they can do exactly what they see on TikTok, Instagram, not much Instagram, but TikTok for a particular example, and just try it themselves.
Right.
Knowing they got the money in their pocket, but don't want to spend it properly, or at least give the people who prepared the food, made the food, went out and bought the food, and they got an overhead that they got to take care of.
And
as
they
well.
ordered drinks too, like
Yeah, of
alcoholic
course.
drinks.
This is what makes businesses go into pay before you eat.
True. Right. True.
This is what makes them do that.
Literally.
And then black people will get upset. Well, why do I have to pay before? I've never gone.
Well, this is why.
Yeah. And then they always say the exact same thing. It really burns my grits when they say this. You don't see any other race of people doing this but black people.
A lie.
Oh my God.
A lie.
That's the one thing that really,
Yeah.
I mean, we do it now. We do it, but it's other races that do it too.
Absolutely.
I was literally in the nail shop the other day, and the owner was in there, and he was talking to the customers, and he was asking for help. He was like, "I'm asking for ideas. Like, we're having a lot of people, kids coming in, getting service, teenagers, and leaving, running out." And he's like, I don't know how to handle that. He's like, I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to, lose customers. He was like, but the only way I can see past that is making them prepay.
Yeah.
And he was like, I know that's going to offend some people. Like, why do I have to pay first? But it's just what it is. I said, post a sign, like explaining this, post pictures of the people that have these girls who's ever coming in getting service. So, if they come back, don't service them.
well, they ain't coming back because they know better.
No, they dumb enough to come back.
They
You
will.
think they will come walking back?
Young girls, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they have that audacity thing. Remember, they don't care. They'll come back in there like, I ain't never been here. Especially
They stole from them on Wednesday. They're gonna come back on Friday.
and the way we change our hairstyles, like
They're gonna come back on Thursday.
I have to prepay for my barber appointments, but I don't think
because you do it online.
because, yeah. I don't think it's just a convenience for them and for us too as well. So I don't think it's for that.
And that doesn't make you feel any type of way. as a
Nah,
customer. Okay.
that's business, man. You save your time. You're not wasting their time. You're going to be
That's
there.
what it's about, not wasting the
Right, 'cause
You
if you
cancel
pay
that
for it,
appointment,
right.
you're
Not getting your money
not get your money back. So it's a win-win situation.
Yeah, my tattoo
Yeah.
artist is the same way.
Yeah.
You do everything online, so
Yeah.
you prepay, and that
prepay.
goes towards your. You're not
Right.
paying the full
Amount.
fee, but
Yeah.
what you pay goes towards your. And I
Right.
can't knock them for that.
Right.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
the problem above everything is we're getting to a point now. Yeah, barbershops, one thing. Braid shops, they're getting
Oh, yeah.
done. They're getting hosed
Yeah.
royally in the braid shops now.
Right.
But everybody wants to get their hair done, and they say, "I've left my purse in my car.
Right.
I left my wallet in my car, or let me get my phone so I can Zelle you or whatever." And people who braided the hair, they're walking out with them.
Yeah. Yeah. As
You know,
they should.
okay, let me go out here with you. Well, you're going to, why are you walking fast? Okay, I'm gonna keep up with you. Why are you doing all that?
Right.
And then to find out that they never had the money.
Yeah.
So you know what I would do? I would take their hair down right then and there. I
We'll
would
drag
Yeah.
it right back up
Right.
in this shop.
right. It's called structured business. Okay, so this is not. I don't think that this problem exists in other areas out more than black people.
Mm-hmm.
Black people will try their best
Not to pay.
you and to try to scam you in some
Yeah.
way or whatever.
Get all their services done and be like, I don't like my nails. I ain't paying for this. You done got your nails, your brows, your lashes, and then feet and everything done, but you don't like your nails, so now you over it. You're not gonna pay for it.
Right.
That's a scam.
You chip
Like,
a nail,
don't
I
do
ain't
that.
paying for the whole
Right.
thing. No, you got doggone 20 fingers and toes. I chip one of them, and now
Right.
you're not gonna pay. What the hell are you talking about? But that's the generation that we live in.
And that's
now.
that thought process that they have. That is the entitlement and the audacity.
Yeah.
So let me ask this question:
Mhm.
Have you ever tried to scam somebody out of their money? Have you ever tried to say that you were going to pay but didn't pay, or found some reason why you didn't need to pay?
Okay, honestly, one time, this was when I was younger. Okay, we were at a restaurant. I don't remember. It could have been Red Lobster somewhere, and I knew I had a certain amount of money, but I wanted what I wanted, and it was a little bit more, right? So I went on and ordered it and ate most of it, and then put a hair in it. It was like, yeah,
So
it was a hair in my food.
Man, that was a Bonquisha move right there.
I also was like maybe 16, 17 years old. So
was it your hair
pulled it up. Yeah.
and you dropped it in the food?
Yes.
So
But
when
you
they-
couldn't tell it was black hair. It could have been
man.
anybody damn hair.
So when they looked at it, it'd be like, this kind of looked like your color, ma'am.
Everybody has black hair.
I don't understand why you got your color hair in your food right here. So and then what happened? Did you pay or not pay?
Yeah.
You paid?
I paid. They took off, like a portion.
Oh, so you
whatever.
scammed them out of a little money.
Yeah, I still paid.
Okay.
You know who I did scam?
You want to be
Now
honest?
that I think about it.
Tell the truth. They miss refreshing.
When you order food on like DoorDash or Grubhub,
Oh shit, I still do that.
I get mad when they put my food on the ground and I tell them to put my food on the grill.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't have like a table or nothing. You're not gonna eat no food that somebody done put on the ground. Why would you put my food on the ground? Or you hang it on the doorknob if you don't want to do that.
Right.
So I tell them I ain't get it.
I'm
Especially
guilty.
I see they ain't put no picture up there.
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm guilty of that.
What are your confessions?
No, he didn't.
You got a confession for us too, Ben?
Yeah, man. I did the same thing, ordered some food, and I guess it wasn't, I got the food, but it wasn't done right. So,
Oh,
but,
you
but,
did right. That wasn't
yeah, but I still said that, if it's not done right, you get a portion.
discount. Right.
Right, but when if you say you didn't get it, then you get
That
the
whole
whole
back.
amount. Yeah,
Exactly.
so you just go ahead and say you didn't get it, even though you got it, it just wasn't done right. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that.
I'm so glad that you were all honest today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Sunday.
It's Sunday, yes, and I need you all to get this off of you because confessions,
It's good.
confessions they're good for the soul, you all.
It is.
Takana says, years ago when I did makeup for a client tried it and said that we will pay later. I said, okay, let me fix something. She removed all of the makeup at her wedding.
Wow.
Wow.
She said, okay, that's fine. Let me go ahead and do this
We
real
need
quick.
details. Like, so what did she do after she turned around and looked in the mirror and the makeup was all gone on her wedding day? Like,
On her wedding day.
yeah.
I mean, Takana is that chick, number one. She will, okay, that's fine, no problem at all. Here, let me just fix this. Let me adjust this just a little bit.
Right.
She found some money.
She found her money. That's
Oh, look at
perfect.
here. Look
Oh,
what
wait a minute. What did I come across here? Look at this envelope. I just got a gift from a Jewish somebody. She said, I don't play about my money. And I
As you shouldn't.
don't play about your money because, I would not put up with anything that anybody tries to short me out of.
Right.
And I'm not the kind of guy who would purposely go out and try to scam you. But I will be a defense attorney if something is wrong.
Yeah.
And I will defend my point to the highest
Yeah.
whenever I have to, knowing that I'm wrong, but I will defend it.
Right.
Because what I'm arguing is at least about $5 at least, to keep me from yelling and keeping your patrons from not understanding what's going on here. This has to be at least about $5 at least. Now contracts must be paid prior to entering into a room, and I get it. And I'm almost at that point now that people have to to pay to reserve, even here.
Yeah.
As they should.
I used to be the guy who would you come in, you do your show, and when you leave, you pay.
Okay.
Now I'm at the point that you say you come in, but you cancel, and then you cancel, and then you cancel. But 3 times you canceled, and those 3 opportunities of the money that I could have made and have already made plans for.
Exactly.
That is no longer there. So I'm at the point now that in the new contracts that I give out, that it will have that amendment in there. You want to reserve your money reserves. You don't reserve
Exactly.
it. Your money does that for you. So I'm a whole Aretha Franklin, Takana says. I won't show or deliver food until my bag is completed. And I get you. Put that purse on the piano and just say, fill that up when you're ready. When I see it up at the brim, then I can come on out. That's what you do.
That's how it goes.
That's how it's done, y'all. I love the fact. Unmuted the podcast, you guys. You can hear us anytime, anywhere on social media. Unmuted _the_ podcast. You can hear us on Instagram. Also, Unmuted the podcast on Facebook, the Genius Media Group on YouTube. And please like and subscribe on YouTube. And when you subscribe to our page, leave a comment because it gets us in the algorithm that we want to be in. So by all means, leave a comment, leave a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify or on iHeartRadio, wherever they are looking for you to leave a rating. Please leave the highest rating possible and leave a comment as well, so we can stay in the algorithm and we can trend our topics so everybody will find us a whole lot easier. Can you do that for us, please? And thank you.
It's not asking
That's
too much.
just public service announcement brought to you by Unmuted the Podcast. And the views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of Unmuted the Podcast unless Lisa has an attitude and she wants to get something off her chest. And we will let her do that here on this show. Okay? Period. And scene. What else we got?
Angel Reese.
Oh, God.
She got injured.
I woke up to this news. I didn't even know that she says that she hurt her wrist. She sprained a ligament or tore a ligament in her wrist in a game on Friday night.
Yeah.
And she played last night.
Yeah, I think that's when I saw her post
And-
stating that she was.
Yeah, she hurt.
Right. So
She's out for the season.
Yeah.
out for the season. Here it is that the Sky have the final playoff spot,
Mm-hmm.
and they are holding on to that by a thread. They already have a losing record because I think they're 12 and 17, something like that.
Only won like one game since coming back from the.
Since coming back from the All-Star break, they've lost a tremendous amount. I think 5 straight. And they
They up there with the Sox.
well, wait a minute now. Ain't nobody at Sox level. That's an insult to the Sky. I don't even want to give them that. But yeah, it just doesn't look good for them right now to go into the next level of the playoffs. It would have been great for them because hey, look, both Carmela Cardoza and Angel. Carmela was hurt in the beginning of the season.
Right.
With a shoulder injury. She tore her shoulder up. Angel gets hurt at the end of the season, so that pretty much, unless something happens, because they got 4 games left, I think, before the playoffs start. So they're primed for the taking. Let's put it like that.
I blame almond milk.
What does almond milk have to
Where did
do?
that
These
come
girls
from?
need some damn calcium. They need to go back to drinking some
they
whole
frail.
milk. They frail. Where
Maybe
they
they
getting
lactose.
We grew up with whole milk. We didn't know nothing about lactose until we got older. Right, that's what I'm saying. Now I blame almond milk for this shit. And soy milk and all this stuff. These girls' bones is brittle.
They just can't take it.
They can't take it.
All that banging. Just can't take it. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I didn't want to go there.
There's a whole lot of banging going on down there. There's a whole lot of banging down there, and
You know
a
what?
lot of holding, gripping going on, grabbing.
Gosh.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Hey.
We have left the court, man. We went to another court.
Am I looking at the wrong game or something? Am I the only one that sees this?
Listen.
You know, there's a lot going on in the paint.
It's a lot.
There's a lot going on in the paint. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Hold me in the paint. Why don't you?
Big ups to our beers. Pulled off a
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to the Bills.
heart.
They finally pulled out a win out of the jaws of defeat
Man,
Yeah.
because it wasn't looking good for them to win that game. I mean, the first person at my house today was Benny.
Yes.
Benny left the bar where he was and was like, "Man, we think this game is over." And then he came over here and said, "Oh, they were down by 1." And he came over here because it was like 17-3
Right.
when he left. And then they was down 17-16 and they started to make this comeback. And the next thing you know,
Yeah.
they was up.
Same for me. When I got here, I was like, "Oh, we came back." I didn't even realize.
And nobody, I didn't even see the game. I was doing a lot of other things and did not watch the game. I did rewind it a couple of times so I could see how they scored and how they beat them.
Right.
But this was not Caleb Williams' best game
No, it wasn't. Not
It
at all.
wasn't
at all.
But
He
the
did-
defense was great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the defense
Gotta
was the
give it up.
ones. The defense was the
Special
ones.
teams. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I was excited. I got on my Bear shirt today. I was like, "We gonna do it." I always knew it, and here we are. Now, you
we
know,
will say this though. This is
Yeah.
Caleb Williams becomes the first #1 overall QB to win in a debut since 2002.
wow.
Can you believe that?
Really?
2002.
Who was that? Rex Gross?
Uh,
Gotta be Rex.
let's see.
Gotta be Sexy Rexy. But that's crazy that you go through those many quarterbacks in 22 years
Mm-hmm.
and you don't even come out victorious in your season debut, or that's wild to me.
Wow.
Gotta be but I'll put it this way. I didn't know if Caleb was that bad
Mm-hmm.
or if the offensive line was that bad.
Offensive line
The
was
line.
horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible. But then we can't. That don't mean I don't care what line you have. You can't hold the ball. You know, like that's my biggest problem with Russell Wilson. I mean, you holding on to it too long. You got to let that thing go. I mean,
Yeah.
or you got to move.
Right.
Well, This is a learning curve. He will learn.
Oh, absolutely.
And
You
will
get hit enough, shit.
Yeah, he will get better with this. You can only hope he gets better with this. Now, before we leave, we got a lot of commemorations to shout out. Number one, shout out to our guy, Fat Man Scoop, who passed away.
Yeah.
While he was doing a show.
Wow.
And was being who he is as a hype man as he is, was letting people know, put your hands up, get your hands up, everybody makes some noise, doing everything that he does, and collapsed behind the DJ booth.
Wow.
And died. And he was in Brooklyn, I think.
Isaac Fat Man Scoop. He was 53 years old. Came onto the scene.
Wow.
He and his wife, Miss Shonda, they had a podcast that got picked up by MTV called Man and Wife. And that was the humble beginnings of them. And they both grew to do things, although separately, but they still remain great friends and everything. And so news of his loss, of him passing away, is just really sad. For the music community, the modeling community, all of the communities that they both were a part of, and to everybody that knew him.
So you got Fat Man Scoop, who died this week, was Rich
Homie Quan.
Rich Homie Quan passed away this week from an apparent or a reported, I'm not going to say apparent, a reported alleged drug overdose while he was at his home in Atlanta. And I heard the 911 call. We're not going to replay that, but just to recap it, was the fact that he was there. He died overnight, and his girlfriend, while getting her child ready to go to school, covered him up with a blanket. She thought that he was asleep. Came back home and he had no pulse, and she called 911.
Wow.
And that was that. But regardless of how he died, because you know what, Matthew Perry also died of a drug overdose.
Yeah. How many? Last I heard, there was like a bunch of people got.
People have been arrested now.
Yeah.
Doctors and everybody have been arrested from this now. Let's just see if they give that the same energy that they've given to Matthew Perry.
Right.
Because he had to have gotten his drugs from somebody. He had to have gotten them from someone, and put that same energy together.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because if you did it for Matthew Perry, then yes, you can do it for Rich Homie Quan. And even if you didn't even know who he was a black man that had an overdose.
Thank you.
Right.
He just so happened to be famous in the black community. Can you give him some love like you gave Matthew Perry? I mean, and Matthew Perry did it to himself, just like Rich Homie Quan did. So can we give him a little bit of attention there? But we were talking about his music, what people would listen to and what people were going to, and my introduction to Rich Homie Quan was when I was in college, and his song Flex would come on, and the Kappas would go at it. The Kappas would go ham on this song because nobody could flex like the Kappas could. You would hear Rich Homie Quan's song right there, and there it is. There it is.
Oh, yeah, that's the one.
There it is. There it is. And all of a sudden, all the Kappas will come together, flexing out there. Ooh, ooh. Oh.
That is definitely a Kappa song, man.
And you gotta drop those shoulders down and hit the screen with it and everything.
I can see the cane and everything, man. I can see all of that, man.
All of that. That's and that's where I got Rich Homie Quan inducted to Rich Homie Quan. and know him to this day for that song. Shout out to him. Rest in power to
Rest
Fat
in
Man Scoop
power.
That's a power,
and
man.
to Rich Homie Quan. But we dedicate this show
Yeah.
in particular to a friend of the show. A friend of the show. Her name is Lisa's mom. That's her name.
Mama Della.
That is,
Della Nelson.
her name is Mrs. Lisa's mom.
Yes, my mom today makes 9 years since she made her transition.
Wow.
And it's been crazy. I was like 9
That's what I'm.
years. Yeah, so much has happened in those 9 years, but you know, losing a parent, a mom specifically, it just forever changes you, and you have to relearn or get to know your new self, because like that old person that was who she was when she had a mom is no longer. So it's a big adjustment. I think that I've accomplished a lot in these 9 years, and I do believe that I make her proud. And I know for sure she's proud of her grandchild. That was her whole world. So yeah, I know she's smiling down and everything. It just sucks sometimes. It's really like the loneliest feeling in the world. It sucks.
Can I
But-
take? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that was it.
Can I tell you something? Lisa's mom, Della, has made an impact on this show in particular.
Wow.
She has been a long time friend of the show. And wherever we have been, whether it was at Urban Broadcast Media or wherever we was doing whatever we was doing, our support came from Lisa's mom, Della.
Wow.
Absolutely.
And from the fact that she came in to do the show one
I
time.
was
Yeah.
what was that, Mother's Day?
Mother's
It was
Day
Mother's Day, yeah.
of
So
2015.
she came in
passed.
and did the show with us, and that alone was one of the highlights of my friendship.
I have that whole show on my phone.
Good for
And
you.
literally in my iTunes.
Good for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. It's like, and I still have it on my hard drive. I'm so grateful for that. I listen to it every Mother's Day.
Oh, wow.
And just whenever I want to hear her voice.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So I'm glad. I appreciate that show for that reason.
Because let me tell you, she had the voice.
Yes, you did.
I'm like, oh, well, we ain't got to say nothing. You just go ahead and do the
She
show.
definitely, yeah.
I love the fact that we can bring our moms into the show, and that's something that we did. My mom did not make the show for some reason, but it didn't mean that she didn't have any less of
Right.
an impact
Yeah.
Right.
with us, because she's still here and she still had an impact. Her frail little 85-pound, 81-year-old self still here with us, and so I'm thankful for that. But shout out to you, Mama Della,
Yeah.
because this show is only made possible because of you. Lisa thought that she put this show together, but it was really you that put this show together, because you gave her the drive to do the show.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The motivation, definitely.
So this is Unmuted the Podcast, and we're going to end it right there on that note. For Mama Della's daughter, Lisa J, she's right there. And for Big Sir Steven, who's right over there. And for our special guest, Mr. Benny, he's right there. Check out his podcast, which is coming up soon here to Genius Audio. We're going to talk about all of that at a later time and a later date, because he's got something to say, and you're going to want to hear what he has to say.
All right.
Yes,
This
sir.
is Unmuted the Podcast, the permission to speak freely, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
See ya.
Unmuted, the podcast, is brought to you exclusively by the Genius Media Group. Never miss another episode again by subscribing to the Genius Media Group on YouTube and Facebook, and follow us on Instagram and the _podcast.